Just frustrating. I think that the way we started was great. To get the centre-half sent off so early killed sort of the game plan, but the attitude from the fans, the players, we got 2-1 up before half-time. You think, could we possibly get the job done? But as Graeme alluded to at half-time, he said it'd be a really tough second half. I think Brentford took off 2 centre-halves, you said, and played 2 centre midfielders either side of Pontus Jansson at the back and dominated the ball, and it was always going to be a tough afternoon. And unfortunately, we conceded 2 goals in the second half, and come away with nothing.
Second half couldn't really have gone much worse for them, could it?
No, it was tough. When you go down to 10 men, I think we've all been in that position. You tend to just drop a little bit deeper, and that just invited pressure on from Brentford with their quality that they have. They brought on 2 midfielders and they just couldn't get anywhere near them. Everton did really well in terms of hard work today, but in the second half they just didn't have enough.
Do they deserve special credit? Does Thomas Frank deserve special credit for that? Phil mentioned it straight away, but to have that thought process to say he's got 3 big guys at the back there, to take 2 of them off in that second half, or 1 at half-time, 1 slightly later, to put on 2 ball players there.
It's brilliant because the managers, when you look watching the game, you sort of think, how can I bring players on to affect it? And they was always going to have the ball, but when you have centre-backs in them positions, they've not got the same creativity as a midfielder. So he did well, getting them on. And I just thought, before Ericsson came, I actually said I thought Brentford were just OK. They started really well, went through a little bit of a blip, but since he's come into the team, they've just got a new dimension. I thought Jensen in midfield as well today was excellent. Some of his passing, his short, his long passing, totally dictated the game.
Where does it feel like this leaves Everton, Graeme?
Under lots of pressure. I thought they would do well today and win today and take the pressure right off themselves. They put themselves back in a very difficult situation. They can't complain. You feel sympathy for Branthwaite getting sent off. He was unlucky because it happened so quickly. He had a chance to step back and let Ivan Toney go on and goal, and he got. I think he barged into him rather than meaning to foul him, and it is a sending off, a letter of the law. The other sending off is so avoidable, but from an experienced player, when I looked at the first half, and I've been in that situation. You get a player sent off, and you try and arrange from the touchline, and Everton were doing OK. And this is not a criticism, what I'm going to say. So the half-time comes in, Frank sits them down and goes over how we're going to have to play. And obviously we had Anthony Gordon on the right-hand side, tracking the full-back at every opportunity. I think they just sat in the second half 3 or 4 yards deeper, because of what the manager and the coaching staff had said. There's nothing wrong with what they'd said, but psychologically for the players, they were then on the back foot. Where in the first half, even at 10 men, they're a little bit more adventurous. But I just think by getting that message across, which you had to do, just put them in a sort of negative frame of mind.
It's different, though, when you're trying to protect a lead.
Yeah,
we've been there so many times, and you just think, OK, if we can just get men behind the ball, they put crosses in, and we can deal with it.
And during the first half, when they go down to 10 minutes, I thought they were still doing very well. But the point I'm making is you have to say it. What they said would be correct, but it just plants a really negative seed in it.
Calvert-Lewin in the first half, though, was winning a lot of headers, and Richarlison wasn't. When they dropped that deep, when I was going back, it was just too much space, and I found it very difficult to get a foothold on the game.